When you need her, she'll know what to do and she'll be there for you. Where you will lead her, there's nothing Adele couldn't think of to do. She's all you ever needed in the wrong situation. You're caught in the middle, no way of escaping. Till out of the blue she runs into you. There's nothing that she couldn't do. She's the travel counselor.
Margaret, so how do you feel about Dad being in a nursing home now?
To be honest, I feel guilty.
You feel a bit like we shouldn't be feeling
I feel like we just dumped him there like he's nothing.
We haven't. You've done so much for him. You've got to remember the things that you've done as a child and up till recent. It was taking a toll on you.
It's good to see you both again.
Yeah, thanks for coming over again today.
That's alright, you're both looking a little bit more relaxed than the last week.
Yeah, well, we're working on time slots when we can go and see Dad. And,
What do you mean? Is he not here anymore?
No, he's back in the home.
Oh, you put him back in the home.
Uncle, well, there's a situation with your brother. The situation is that he's here because Marg decided to take him out of the nursing home. For whatever reason, I don't know. I mean, he's been at home, he hasn't been able to eat, he's been losing condition, and Marg just insisted to take him out of the nursing home without consulting it with me. Right? And now she's complaining that she does all the work and I don't do anything.
This is a very big problem with him.
Well, this is why I said he should have stayed at the nursing home.
Yes, well, it could be an idea to go to some sort of a professional assistance.
The thing is, Uncle, he couldn't stay in the nursing home. They weren't looking after him there. He wasn't eating.
They're working right. Look,
Excuse me.
Uncle, I can't handle this anymore. This has been just too much.
Speaking.
It's always, it was her problem. Nah, I've had enough. You continue your conversation there. I'm going to put up with this.
It's not a very good situation, is it?
No, it's not. But he won't listen. He just constantly does his own thing. He couldn't care less.
This is a problem with John.
I've been dealing with it all by myself, and Charles just simply won't help. He keeps saying that he hasn't got time, and he's busy, and he's got his work, and I'm just here on my own 24/7.
Oh, what happened? Tell me.
Well, it's taking a toll on Marg. She's, doing a lot, and I could see she was getting more stressed, and I was understanding what she's been going through. I sort of took a step back, and I started thinking to myself, well, hang on a minute, she's your sister, he's your dad, so we've got to work in together, even though I've got my own problems at home, we thought, well, we need to do something.
Yeah.
And perhaps, trying to organise a routine, Margot, it was lunchtime, because I've still got to work. I've got to work in the morning.
Yeah, we talked about it and decided that really and truly, I guess Charles did convince me that the best thing to do is to really put Dad back in there, give it another try and see if we could work out the problems.
Yes.
And work out something between ourselves so that we sort of supported him in there.
Yeah, because I know your concern was that he was left in bed one day and wasn't fed or showered, and that's why you pulled him out. So, are you feeling a little more reassured now, or what?
Well, we've got to work out a schedule that's going to work for us both and for Dad. And I tend to go. I want to be in there at lunchtime, get in there, be there about 11:30, and make certain that he's up and dressed, and he's been showered.
Yes.
And then sit with him, make sure that he has some lunch and that he's got decent lunch. So I'll go and choose the foods.
Oh, you go yourself. So
yeah, I'll go over to where they're serving the food,
right.
And I'll tell them what to put on the plate because I know the things in the leaves.
Do they mind doing that? Because I
don't care.
Because I think you were gonna. Did you have a meeting? Did you go there?
Well, we went there. Part of the reason we've taken Dad back is that when we went to the meeting with the staff, they assured us that they've done extra training with their employees, and they made us feel a little bit easier, content in how Dad was going to be looked after this time.
Right.
Before you had some young people and we didn't have the confidence there, and I think that's probably why Marg, took Dad out and being, a caring daughter, wanted to do everything herself. But as I said earlier, she can't do everything herself.
Yeah.
And that's
It was
why-
more attitudinal, to be honest with you. I mean, it was just when I would go and say to them, look, is Dad's still in bed? Oh, we're busy, we'll get to it.
Because I do remember you saying last time that one of the ladies told you that they just don't have enough people
That's
working
exactly right.
in the nursing
It was
home.
not a matter of the age, it was
Yeah.
just, they're just understaffed is what she said to me. Well, hello.
Understaffed, yeah. It's a big problem in a lot of places. Maybe you can write your concerns down and send it to management. Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know if it'll do anything, but you...
I think it's a good idea to put it in writing. I think it's a very good idea. We can do that together,
Yes,
yeah?
Yes, well, just to reinforce what we said earlier,
Yeah.
that they will take on board what we said and they'll try and
Yeah.
give that extra care.
Because the carers, it could be out of their control. They're just there to work. They get the shift for the day,
understand that.
and it's the people on the top that you need to talk to really.
I
Because
understand that. I know the carers do their absolute best, but, I care about my dad and everybody else cares about their parents.
yes,
And between us, we'll have to do what we can to sort of support.
We feel a little bit more confident going
Yeah.
into it now.
Good.
And I think that's...
yeah,
So we've got to figure out, because Charles, I know, has time constraints. I know there are certain times, like when I've tried to call and say, could you come? He hasn't been able to, and I get it.
Yeah.
I'm not having a go at it.
because I remember last week you talked about the pressures you were under with
Well,
your wife
that's right, exactly.
being disabled
Well, I
and
start early in
children.
the morning and
Yeah.
then you're at work and then you might have that half an hour at lunchtime and then in the afternoon you're working again, you get more phone calls in the afternoon, everything's got to be rushed.
Yeah.
Deadlines, more deadlines in
Yes.
the afternoon. And then you go home and you've got to look after the wife and the
Yeah.
young kids and
Yeah.
it's a big toll on all of us, but I think we can come to some sort of arrangement.
We have to figure out what are the best times for you. What
On a lunchtime, we can.
Because
Well, last
what's the
time I did-
routine been like now? What have you actually been doing now?
Sorry, Mark. I'm sort of excited that she's not as stressed now, and that we've arranged that I'll go there at lunchtime. So between 12 and 1. Marg's there in the morning
No,
in the
actually,
afternoon.
it's the other way around, darling.
Yeah,
That's what we organised. I was going to be there from about 11:30 through until 1, because I'm there over the lunchtime period.
yeah.
And then if you can do the after work
On the way
in the evening, is that possible?
Yeah.
Because then I can then go back in for when he's having dinner and make sure that he's eating.
I think we can make that arrangement work.
She's the travel counselor.
So can I just clarify with your routine? Because didn't you say before that you have to go and cook after work?
Yes, yeah. We've worked the routine based on that. I'll do it on the way home from work. So Dad will be having dinner in about 5:15. Yeah. So I'll get there in about 5:15. Spend half an hour with him, and then it'll give me enough time then to go home, prepare dinner for our family, and look after the wife.
Any chance you could be there 4-5, and I'll tell you why. Because if you can be there then, because it's best if we go up there and we put things on, or ask them to put the stuff on the plate that he'll eat, because otherwise he won't eat.
Yeah, I could do that. Depending on I could arrange something of that.
So you go and
Depending on the traffic
work
and the work. Yeah, so I can't ask to leave too early from
I
work,
understand.
and
do your
then
best.
Have you got the option of starting work a half hour early
I can do.
and then you leave a half hour early?
Yeah, I can do, and that's
Yeah.
in the mix of us arranging meetings with work and with
Okay.
Marg, discussing with Marg.
All right. So Margaret, so you're thinking of going. So you'll go at lunchtime.
I'll get there sort of about mid to late morning. Make sure that he's had his shower and so on. So
Okay.
forth, and sit with him, and then I'll take him into the dining room for lunch.
Okay.
Make sure that he gets stuff
Yeah.
that he'll eat. He only has a small serve of soup. Blah blah
Yes. Yeah.
blah. And then go back with him to the room, get him settled.
Yeah.
Or if he's going to an activity, walk him there.
Okay. And then Charles, you'll go
Yeah.
after work.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll try on that and see
Okay,
how we go.
that sounds
right?
good.
Okay.
Yep.
We can always modify.
And you can keep an eye out for the things that you're worried about. Think about writing that letter and sending it to management, because the people on the floor, they would not be, they wouldn't be in any control of that, and they probably feel very stressed themselves.
I'm sure they
for
do.
things they imagine them running around having to do everything.
That was the reaction I got when I spoke to them.
Yeah, they would love to. They probably would love people to write letters and say, not enough people.
On that basis, the food also, yes.
Oh, you got the food? No good?
Terrible.
Yeah.
Because I think when people get older like that, their taste buds change and the medication.
They do change.
Yes.
They don't taste. So, they'll say, oh no, what do you don't like it.
Right.
But so if they make it a bit tastier,
Yeah.
I mean, it looks nice. And they
Well, again, these are the things you can put in the letter.
Yeah, I was thinking after you left the other day, but when the problems with Charles and I, it actually comes back to when we were kids. We were raised. It's a cultural thing, in our culture. The girls are raised. We're taught to be the homemakers, the carers, the helpers, the nurturers, and so on.
Yes.
And the guys aren't involved, so we do the cooking, the cleaning, all that stuff. And the boys don't.
And I think that's why Marg has got this attachment with Dad, see?
Well, it's not just that, it's just that you've never had to step in, you've never been asked to do all that side of things.
No.
But now with just the two of us, you need to step up to that.
Yeah.
It's hard. I didn't take that into account, and I'm sorry.
No, not at all. No, Margaret, I'm sorry too. The thing is that, see, with Dad, we were doing building projects all the time. We were building, fixing repairs. So we didn't. So the thinking of looking after Dad that component was never there. It wasn't part of the mix.
It would become more natural to the girls because you're used to being the carers. You clean the house.
It's just a natural thing. That's what we do.
Yeah, the roles.
It's just what we do. Yeah.
It's your gender roles that you've been put in. So now that you need to do this, it doesn't come as naturally to you.
Correct.
Although you're helping your wife and
but being with the wife and from the parents, sort of a different structure.
Yeah.
And it comes across like it's a different thinking process. So, and I'll look at my wife. She needs the care, whereas Dad is my dad and he's okay. Pretty much.
And I remember
being strong.
Yes, that's what you said last week.
Yes.
You said you're so used to him being strong and energetic that in your brain you can't see him.
I can't process it that way. I don't see him like that, and I'm saying, Marg, what are you going on about? And so, and I think this, you coming here and sort of help me understand.
Service, amazing.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
It's what it is you're in these difficult situations and you're so emotionally involved in what's happening that it's hard to step outside and have a look at what's going on. And I think it was very evident to me that you were grieving. And I'm not saying you're not grieving because you probably are, but you're in solution focus mode. You're just like, okay, I need to do this, I need to do that. So you're always helping out. Whereas you're grieving, you're like, I can't see my dad like this. So I think you were taking a bit of I can't deal with this right now.
Yeah, I didn't realise that until you started making these points and putting one on one together. That I think, that's what it is.
I didn't even realise that. I really didn't. And of course, I didn't know your situation at home. You should tell me.
Oh, us guys, we don't talk about. We don't talk about what's going on. We just sort of move with the flow and just keep going,
You can't keep things in like that. It's not good for you.
But it's makeup. It's Dad's the same. It was in the same makeup.
But know in future, anything that happens, talk to me.
Well, we will from now on. Yeah.
About anything, not just about that. I didn't really, your wife. I didn't realise you needed help. I would have come over and helped you. You only had to ask.
So good old Marg fixer.
No, I didn't realise. When you were so, to me, you just seemed to be angry all the time. Just didn't want to help, didn't want to get involved, didn't want anything. I didn't realise that, as he says, that you're grieving. I didn't get that.
Yeah.
So thanks, Adele, for clarifying, because I just thought he was being difficult.
And in families, it's really common that people are just reactive, and the way they behave is usually a symptom of something else that's happening deeper inside. And as family, we get frustrated with each other and we start yelling and you're greedy and you're lazy and you're this and you're that, when it's really something's happening inside and they're not knowing how to process it. And so they could come across as angry, but maybe deep down they're very anxious, or in your case, you were grieving.
Yeah, we were really reaching a point of like a real schism between brother and sister, and we've always been close.
Yeah, there
and
you
this
go.
was a really crash, like a wall was developing between us.
And that's
And
why my
thanks to
job
them.
is kind of easy, because I'm an outsider looking in. So I just see you like a storyboard, and I can see that, hang on, no, he's not being selfish, he's really suffering inside. And it's hard for you to see that because you're so emotionally in the situation. And at that point you had your dad, he wasn't eating, he was being stubborn, you know, you're worried about him, and Charles wasn't there to help you. You're saying about, you know, when your dad fell and you couldn't pick him up. So that would have been such an anxious moment. And the anxiety would have turned to anger. Then Charles, no doubt, when you got that call, you must have felt helpless as well, you know, because you were at work, weren't you?
That's right, I couldn't do anything, so so I couldn't drop everything, so made me feel even worse inside, and not knowing it, you know, in the sense that I was actually, you know.
I was just getting so tired and really making mistakes. I mean, stupid things, like even driving. I'd find myself sort of veering off, and I got really frightened. And
oh, wow.
Shopping, I'd be picking up things. I'd go home and find a shop, bought the same thing twice.
Oh, yeah, because your mind is all over the place.
And just walking through the supermarket, I'd start crying and people would be staring at me.
Oh, okay. So you definitely need to self-care.
Hi, sis.
Hi.
How you going?
Pretty, what can I say?
Missing Dad?
Yeah, everything's just, the place is so empty, and it's just, it's not this.
Well, here's something that wife and I got you tickets.
Is that for a
Go on a
cruise?
cruise, yes. Well, for what you've done, you know, helping Dad, I think you need to be rewarded. And don't worry, I didn't use Dad's money, I used mine.
I didn't think you did.
Well, just what you don't.
Thank
You like sis.
Yeah, thank you
You
so
deserve
much.
it.
Oh, love you.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay? Enjoy.
Wow.
Okay?
And I kind of feel relieved that your dad is in the nursing home, because we can observe, make sure he's okay, he's getting the help he needs, and you need to make sure you don't feel guilty about taking time for yourself.
Well, I'm okay now because Charles is always a little bit of a reciprocal
Good.
thing.
Make sure, go get your hair done and your nails done, go and meet friends for coffee, and make sure there's no guilt attached to that. And this goes for you as well, because a lot of people don't allow themselves to have fun because they feel guilty about Dad's in a home, I shouldn't be having fun. And that's actually quite a common feeling that families have. But I'm saying to you, it's okay to let your hair down and just enjoy yourself a little bit.
Well, it's a worry though, because I mean, if I go at night, like if I go to a movie or something, and something's wrong, how will I contact? How will I know?
Okay, look at it logically. If something really bad happens, they get 24-hour care. They will call an ambulance, but they'll call an ambulance regardless. If something's very wrong, they're going to get medical help they need. So he's going to be getting the help he needs right there and then.
Yeah, I know, but you know, he wouldn't. I'd have to be with him.
Yeah, and you can go and be with him, all right? But you know, I don't want you to be thinking what if, because we can't live in the future. You're not a fortune teller. Maybe nothing's going to happen.
Well, Mark, they give us this assurance that they've got new training staff and they're going to do their best to put on new staff as well. So we can only go out on that basis, and we just have to, give them a chance.
That can happen to any of you.
Yeah.
Well, it can happen to any. What about me? What if I get in the car and I have an accident on the way to my next client? What if this happens? What if that happens? What if I'm here and my kid's school is trying to call me saying something's happened? We can't live like that, because that's living with anxiety. Okay, if something, you think about the past, nobody gets to our ages with everything being smooth flowing. We have gotten through everything that's come our way. And the way I know that is because look, we're sitting here. Okay, so everything will be managed and you'll deal with that.
Well, you've taught me, Adele, to pause and take a step back.
Yes.
And I think that's why I haven't got this anxiety.
Good, and breathe.
Before,
it's so important to
and
breathe. Self-care, it's so important to take that moment, listen to music that relaxes you, and just, you know, talk about your feelings. It's okay if you're having a bad day. It's okay, you know. One of the things I quickly wanted to talk to you about before I leave is dealing with grief, with the current situation that's happening. You know, your dad's not how he used to be, and you know, and just everything that you're going through. I want you to try and connect as much as you can as a family and do as much as you can in the nursing home. Nursing home doesn't have to be just seen as he's in there because he's old and not well. Maybe plan something that maybe some type of family gathering with relatives. Have a little party in there.
We can do that.
Does somebody play music? Yeah,
Well,
does somebody play music in the family? Have you got any relatives that play accordion or anything?
I play piano.
Well, they've got pianos in nursing homes. Nothing stops you from going there with relatives around you, and you're kind of creating a really beautiful setting for your dad. It'll be like old times, you know, where the family gets together and they're laughing and they're having a good time, and you're playing piano, and you know.
Well, we can do that on a special occasion, surprise dad. Never thought to do anything like
Your
that.
birthday's coming up, isn't it?
Yes.
You can have it in the nursing
Why don't we
home.
have a party?
We can have it there.
I wonder if they've got a room that we could hire out and have a lunch.
Normally they do.
Yeah,
Normally they do.
They have a function room.
Yep.
Yeah.
So they
Yeah, and you could get photos put together, put photos in a you know, in a book. You can make a photo book, a coffee table book. It's so cheap to make now.
Yeah, it's a brilliant
And
suggestion.
you know, have fun. Don't see it as a place of darkness. See it as a place where it's now the new gather place.
It just occurred to me.
It's an outing.
Dad's got that, you know, the family photo compilation thing on the wall. If we had photos done for that day and had it framed, I'd put that on the wall.
Oh,
Because
great idea.
There you go.
Great idea.
He so often says to me, you know, I love these photos. I look at them all the time. I love the photo, so and so and so and so.
Yeah.
And we could give him a new one.
Great idea, Mark.
Yep. There you
Thanks
go.
for the suggestion, Adele.
Thank you.
That's all right. So just start changing the frame of mind. It's not a place of darkness. It's a place where we can now get together and have fun.
A social outing.
Yes. See it as a social
Like
outing.
all family gatherings we used to have at home.
Never thought of it that way, Mark.
All
Great.
right.
Thank you.
We
Well,
thought all the family gatherings were over because
Yep.
the families all...
no, get them together over there. And nursing homes are usually pretty cool with that type of stuff. So, and they do have rooms
talk to them
normally.
when I go into
And be so good for your dad.
Fantastic.
So it was really good to see you again.
Well-
And I might come and see you in a few more weeks' time just to see how you're settling in and how everything's going.
We'll look forward to that.
And yeah.
Would you, I mean, on his birthdays, would
Yep.
you be able to maybe come along?
Oh, that would be so
That would be-
nice.
that'd be lovely.
Let me know the date and I'll see what I can do.
Okay.
Thanks again for
All
your
right.
help, Adele.
All right, I'll see myself out. It's
All
good
right.
to see you again.
Thank
see
you.
you next
Thank
time.
you. Bye-bye.
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 Mwah.
Thank you so much.
See ya. Good luck.
Bye.
Bye.
Wow.
Yeah,
What a difference.
I know we should have done this ages ago, Mark. You know?